Are you sure it was a stalker?
I'm pretty sure it's the same thing. He was telling her, like, oh, stop.
He's right there, he's behind the car,
It ain't dragging him.
Echoes call from hollow halls, a voice that creeps and softly crawls. Time stands still, the air is...
This is 17-year-old Adams. He was caught walking away casually after attacking his former girlfriend with a knife, gasoline, and a lighter. Another one used a torchlight on his victim, an Abdulaziz. He stalked and followed his former girlfriend and his date to the house where he committed a brutal and heinous crime. These cases paint a bleak picture of what could happen when stalkers start prowling the streets for their next victims. From an obsessed teenager who hurt their former partner to a serial stalker who patrols the streets every night for easy targets, these are the 6 most disturbing stalkers caught on camera. On the evening of September 15, 2014, the Putney Wilcox family had just had their dinner in their Kalamazoo, Michigan home. 17-year-old Sophia was heading upstairs to her room, unaware of the horror hiding and waiting for her. Her brother Kylie was already in his room, ready to continue his video game, while their mother Kristen stayed downstairs in the living room. As soon as Sophia opened the door, a stalker jumped out with some disturbing items in his hands. He was ready to harm Sophia, but this wasn't a stranger who missed their way or found themselves there by mistake. It was Adam Shigwaja, Sophia's former boyfriend, who had been stalking her secretly for days. Sophia Putney Wilcox was in her high school's final year. Her entire family was proud of her, and Mom Kristen described her as a good kid. She was beautiful, lovely, and funny. As she grew, her mom said she realized that Sophia needed extra protection, but also acknowledged that she needed to live her life on her own terms. At 14, Sophia met Adam Shigwaja. He was Sophia's first love. They knew each other from high school and got along so well. Adam was cute, charming, and handsome. He spoke softly, looked innocent, and was shy. Everybody saw how much the pair loved each other. Kristen described their relationship as sweet. They almost couldn't spend a minute without each other. Whenever there was an opportunity for them to be together, they'd never miss it, whether it was school or a church activity. Sophia said he loved the fact that Adam was laid back. But this would not last long. 6 months into their relationship, he started showing his true colors, and they were pretty disturbing. Adam started by hitting Sophia.
After 2 months of dating, he started talking to other girls, and he was telling, he had basically another relationship. They weren't officially dating, but they were talking. He was telling her, like, oh, Sophia's just my friend, and if I stop talking to her, then she's gonna kill herself, and so I have to keep talking to her. So I was like basically a big joke to a bunch of the upperclassmen. But
soon he had graduated to punching and slapping her on the face. Adam would pick up objects and throw them at Sophia whenever he was angry, and if Sophia was closer to him, he would grab her neck and choke her. One day, they got into a very heated argument. Adam locked his girlfriend in the car trunk. Sophia was confused. She didn't know what to do to put an end to this abusive relationship. She didn't even know that she had to. Despite the increasing violence Adam displayed, sometimes wounding her, Sophia kept up with him. She just didn't know better, so she hid the scars and the hurt from everyone.
I think I always felt like something was wrong, but when you're so young and you haven't even found yourself completely and you're having someone tell you, like, you're disgusting, nobody's gonna want to date you, I basically took that in as that's who I am. If he's gonna hit me, that's fine because that's what I deserve. But I think deep down I always knew that something was wrong, but you don't really acknowledge that.
At this point, Adam was obsessed with her. He wanted Sophia for only himself. Adam became possessive and controlling. He didn't want Sophia speaking to anyone, not even her friends and family. He developed an intense jealousy and barred her from speaking with any guy. Sophia recalled how he'd boldly announced that she wasn't going to college or get a job. All this was so that Sophia wouldn't speak with any guy apart from him. Unfortunately, the control had affected Sophia so much that she chose not to tell anyone. Not only was she scared of what Adam could do, but she didn't want to disappoint her relatives. In her words, she was ashamed of letting someone treat her poorly. While Sophia was very close to her mom, she couldn't reveal what was going on to her. That's because Kristen would insist they end the relationship.
My mom is my best friend in the whole whole entire world. And throughout the whole entire situation with Adam, I didn't tell her anything. And nobody knew about anything. My friends could see that I was kind of leaving them a lot and I would just be around him all the time, but they didn't know exactly what was going on. But basically, if you ever get a wrong feeling about something, you need to go straight to someone and talk to them about it, even if it's just something really little, because it can really affect you and it can keep progressing into something that's
causing Adam to become more violent. But this seemed inevitable. When Sophia finally summoned the courage to call off the relationship, that was when he switched to stalking mode. He'd spend an extended period outside her window, crying and monitoring everything she did. Adam also sent everything he saw to Sophia. One day, Kristen discovered that Adam had been stalking her daughter and became instantly worried. By February 2013, Adam was looking for ways to get Sophia back in his grip. One night, he managed to get to Sophia's window and lure her until she opened it. He quickly jumped in and brought out a knife. Adam pointed the kitchen implement towards his former girlfriend and made a bizarre request. He wanted her to go outside with him. At that moment, only one thing was going through Sophia's mind. She knew going out with this psycho would lead to only one outcome, in which she didn't return. So she told him everything he wanted to hear, that she loved him, wanted to be with him, and that everything was fine. She assured him she wouldn't inform the police, and that they could be together again. It was the only way Adam would let her go. When her mother heard what had happened, they called the cops on him. Adam was arrested, ordered to leave Sophia alone, and was put on 4-year probation. They thought they had seen the last of Adam, but they were wrong. He came back, this time worse. Adam Shigwaja picked up a knife, a bottle of gasoline, and a lighter. He headed to the very place he was not supposed to be, slipped inside through an unlocked door, and made his way into Sophia's room, hiding under a blanket. When Sophia arrived more than 3 hours later, he brought out the knife, cut Sophia's chest, and put the knife to her neck.
But basically, if you ever get a wrong feeling about something, you need to go straight to someone and talk to them about it, even if it's just something really little, because it can really affect you and it can keep progressing into something that's horrible.
Adam poured the gasoline all around them and set it on fire. Kristen and Sophia's brother Kylie went to the room, but the fire was already everywhere and on Sophia. Kylie started swinging his baseball bat. One of them hit Sophia, but they were finally able to scare Adam away. The race to save Sophia was on, and so was the one to capture Adam.
He tried to kill her. He had a bottle full of gasoline and a lighter. He threw a bomb in our house, trying to get the house to go up in flames with her and him in it. He needs to be put away.
Okay, do you have something you can put on your daughter's head?
Put pressure wherever the cut is. I'm driving.
He was found strolling on the road the next day. He narrated what happened to the police inside the car. Adam was charged with attempted murder, arson, and assault, among other crimes.
Keep your hands where I can see them. Just take your hands off. What's going on, man? Do you have your ID on you? No? Okay.
A year later, he was sentenced to 29 to 60 years in prison. Sophia suffered a fractured skull, knife wounds, and burns. Thankfully, she made it out alive and was able to narrate the ordeal. Before we go any further, I just want to ask you for a small favor. If you're enjoying the video so far, please give it a like. And if you haven't subscribed yet, now's the perfect time. We recently hit 100,000 subscribers, and that's all thanks to you. Our 100K special surprise was revealed, and we had many positive responses from you. Our next goal is to hit 200K before the year ends. It feels impossible, but hey, it's free to dream, right? Also, there's a hidden word somewhere in this video for you. Let's see if you can find it. Now, back to the video. Liberty Anna Squire, also known as Libby, was born in England on the 1st day of January, 1998. Libby had a brother and 2 sisters, all of whom she was close to. Her father, Russell, and mother, Lisa, also had a close, loving relationship with Libby. Others who knew her said she was talented, fun, and humorous. She was also bright and had good grades to show for it. However, she wanted more and pushed herself further. While this worked for a while, it soon affected her mental health. She was harming herself and suffered from an eating disorder. These struggles affected her grades, but she worked her way through and got a university education. She was admitted to study philosophy at the University of Hull. Her family worried about letting her move far away, but realized the change of environment could be helpful for her health. It worked. First, Libby traveled to Paris for a year and went straight to school. Everything was going fine. She had a loving boyfriend and already had plans for the future. Those who knew her said she became happier and more confident. On January 31, 2019, while she was in her second year of university, Libby and her friends planned a fun night. They wanted to have fun, drink, play games, and catch up before heading out for more fun. By 8:30 p.m., she left her student accommodation with a friend, and they headed to another friend's house where the fun was to begin. By 10 p.m., Libby sent a goodnight message to her boyfriend, Connor. They were about to head out, and she didn't want to leave with her phone. The group arrived at the Welly, a well-known club in the area, at 11:20 p.m. However, the security team thought she had already drunk too much and declined her entry into the club. Her friends got a taxi to take her back home and entered the club. Around 3 a.m., some of them messaged another friend who lived close to Libby to check on her, but she did not return to her apartment. She still didn't have her phone with her, and her house keys were at the place where she had kept them. After making a few calls without successfully locating Libby, they filed a missing persons report with the police. Investigation began immediately. The nightclub released the footage showing Libby being turned away and joining her friends before they got her a taxi. Police found the taxi driver, who said he dropped her at Wellesley Avenue and saw her going towards the front door. But Libby must have changed direction. Police turned towards the CCTV cameras in the area. Some of the CCTV cameras captured her walking down the road. By 11:40 p.m., 2 people found her lying down and crying in the snow. They offered to help, but Libby declined their offer. A group of students saw her pass in front of their house. They also invited her in, but again, she declined and continued walking. Another male driver reported seeing her sitting on the bench and asking if she was okay. She said yes. Police urged anyone in the public to come forward with valuable information. They encouraged people who drove around the area and had dashcam footage to come to the police. Libby's parents did the same thing. Meanwhile, friends and well-wishers formed search parties that combed the entire area without any success. The university management and communities joined the search. They combed through sheds, gardens, drainage, and bins, and they encouraged everyone to do the same. It was the biggest missing person investigation by the Humberside police. They turned towards the water bodies, but nothing turned up. The first lead came from a man living around Oaks Road playing fields. He said he was woken up by a loud scream on the day Libby went missing. It came from the woods nearby at around 12:15 a.m., and he saw a man coming from the area and entering a car. With this new information, the police again looked into the CCTV cameras. That was when they saw a Vauxhall Astra driving strangely in the area. The car stopped before midnight, around Libby's path. An individual stepped out and followed her. When Libby turned back towards her house, the person crossed the road, but continued stalking her. They crossed and started walking back with Libby in the opposite direction. By 12:08, Libby entered the person's vehicle, and they drove off. Her wristwatch was found at the spot, and police believe it fell off as Libby was being dragged inside. The car was captured moving in and out of Oaks Road playing fields around the time someone heard the scream. The owner of the car was tracked down by the police, and he was arrested. He was 24-year-old Paweł Relowitz, a butcher and father of 2 who moved to the UK from Poland. Paweł had racked up other sexual offenses. He'd often expose himself to women, peep at people through windows, or steal underwear and other items. Almost 2 months after Libby went missing, her body was sadly found in the Humber estuary. Powell's DNA was discovered inside her. He was sentenced to life imprisonment with the possibility of parole after 27 years. The younger of two daughters, Cristina Ortiz Lozano, was born in Spain in 1991. She met her boyfriend, Abdelaziz El Yechoui Arsat, in 2007 while still in high school. The two were classmates but became best friends and got along well. Abdelaziz was 3 years older and Moroccan, but the two lived in Cornellà de Llobregat in Spain. Their relationship grew stronger as time passed, and those around them said it was evident they loved each other. In 2018, the couple moved to Liverpool in the UK in search of more opportunities. However, things weren't going smoothly, and they had to move to Southampton in July 2019. There, Cristina got a job with a cruise ship company while Abdelaziz worked as a baggage handler. By August 2019, they had been together for 12 years, but Cristina didn't think the relationship was moving as it should. So she decided to break up with the 31-year-old Abdelaziz. Abdelaziz was addicted to alcohol, and this fueled his aggressive behavior. That month, Abdelaziz had been arrested for driving under the influence of alcohol. Cristina confronted Abdelaziz, and the ensuing argument was fierce. Cristina decided she had had enough after that, but Abdelaziz disagreed. Cristina told him to move out of the house. Abdelaziz snapped. He broke the wardrobe doors and threw them through the windows. He also ripped out the electrical fixtures on the wall, damaging the apartment. Cristina reported the incident to the police, who charged Abdelaziz with property damage. He was barred from contacting or going near Cristina. He was also ordered to stay home unless he was going to work. Just 2 days later, he was already violating the order. Cristina and her friend saw him walking down the street and reported him to the police. He was arrested and suspected that Cristina was the one who informed the police. Abdelaziz became angry and contacted Cristina through email and social media to chastise her. The police picked him up one more time, and he pleaded guilty to bail violation and malicious communication. When he was released on bail again, Cristina decided to travel back to Spain to get as far away as possible from the man and closer to her loved ones. However, she was also exploring relationships with other people. She met 30-year-old Vicente Bresso Biosca, and the two agreed to meet the next day. On September 21, 2019, Cristina met Vicente at a Southampton ice cream place called Sprinkles. Then they went to the Giddy Bridge to have dinner. Unknown to Cristina and her new friend, Abdelaziz had been stalking them. While they were having dinner, Vicente excused himself to buy flowers nearby. Before Vicente arrived, Abdelaziz entered the place and saw Cristina with a meal for two on the table. Their eyes met for a brief moment before Abdelaziz turned around and left. The terrified Cristina breathed a sigh of relief, but the peace wouldn't last long. When Vicente returned, he romantically handed Cristina the flowers and was ready to continue his dinner, but Cristina wanted them to leave. She wanted to get home as soon as possible because she knew what Abdelaziz was capable of. However, when they got to Cristina's place, they were shocked to see Abdelaziz waiting for them. He lured his former girlfriend inside, saying he just wanted to talk. Cristina asked him to leave, but he wouldn't budge. So Cristina offered to hear him out while Vicente waited outside. Abdelaziz reached for a blade weapon inside the drawer and attacked Cristina. He struck her several times as she screamed for help and struggled to break free from the attacker. Abdelaziz stabbed her 23 times in the chest, neck, and abdomen. Vicente heard the screams and called for help from the neighbors. Then, he rushed inside to find Abdelaziz towering over Cristina. He fled the scene for fear of being attacked and waited for the police. When police arrived some minutes before 10 p.m., they pronounced Cristina deceased at the scene. Abdelaziz was found hiding in the garden. He threatened to take his own life, but was arrested after changing his mind. The man continued to plead not guilty, despite all the evidence against him. CCTV showed that he had followed Cristina and Vicente all through the night. As soon as they met, he was on the opposite side of the road, keeping a close tab on them. He even waited outside the bar for 30 minutes and went inside when he saw Vicente departing. He also followed them when they left the restaurant. Abdelaziz finally pleaded guilty as the trial was going on. On March 17, 2021, Abdelaziz was sentenced to life in prison with a minimum term of 19 years. Founded in 1820, Indiana University is one of the oldest and largest universities in the United States. It is home to over 100,000 students. In 2015, one of them was Hannah Wilson. She was a psychology major and was in her senior year. A lot was happening around her then, but she was focused entirely on her studies. For her, graduating with good grades was the only goal. However, having been away from home for a long time, she was missing her family, to whom she was very close. So she made a surprise visit some days before her final exams. One of those who welcomed her home joyfully was her cat. As she prepared to travel back to school, a mom's instinct kicked in. Her mother advised her to be careful, especially since it was raining that day. Hannah got back to school and wrote her exams, and when the results were out, she passed with flying colors. After many days of hard work, it was finally time to celebrate. They started the celebration at her student accommodation, and after that, she hooked up with her boyfriend and some friends at the Bloomington Hotel. After a few drinks and catching up, they headed to a local bar known as Kilroy's. The fun continued until friends noticed Hannah was feeling the effects of the drinks. She wanted to hang around further, but her friends insisted she go home. The friends helped her out and got a taxi to take her home. When they reached the intersection closest to her house, the taxi let her out and went about his business. Hannah went towards her house and opened the door. Her phone was already connected to the house's Wi-Fi, but she didn't enter the house for some reason. One of her friends who was at home said she heard the door open, but the closing sound did not come. She stood up to see what was going on, but was surprised to see the front door open with no one there. After more investigation, she found Hannah's cell phone and purse lying on the bed. She did not know what had happened until other people started arriving from the bar to discover that Hannah wasn't home, despite leaving the club some hours prior. The search started immediately, and everyone started making calls to see if anyone had seen Hannah. One of those calls went to Hannah's mom, Robin. It came as a huge shock to her, and she was devastated. When the police were informed, they jumped straight on the report. Indiana University has had several similar missing cases, some of which are still unsolved. They knew that the faster they acted, the better the chances of finding Hannah. The search went on for 7 hours without any luck. By 8:34 a.m., police received a call. Someone had sighted someone lying on the grass on Brown County's Plum Creek. The person was not moving. Sadly, it was Hannah, and she was pronounced dead. Now, the police had to figure out how she got there and what happened between reaching her apartment door and getting to this grassy land. It didn't take long before the police got the first breakthrough. Right between Hannah's feet was a small red phone. It feels almost too good to be true. They knew it wasn't the victim's phone because her own had been recovered from her bed. The phone led police to a man called Daniel Messel, a 49-year-old man who worked at the print shop. When they put his name in the police records, it showed a history of violence against women. He was arrested for hitting his grandmother with a plank. When police arrived at his house, he had a bag of clothes he intended to dispose of. The jeans, sweatshirt, and sneakers were stained with Hannah Wilson's blood. They found 50 strands of Hannah's hair in his car. That night, he was spotted driving up and down the main road in what police believed was a search for an easy target. As the cab drove Hannah home, he followed closely in his car and somehow got Hannah's attention when they got to her place. Police found Hannah's blood in his car and they believe the murder weapon may have been a torch. After his arrest, more people emerged, accusing him of serious crimes. Daniel Messel was sentenced to 80 years in prison. On June 7, 2025, YouTuber Ivanita Lomeli uploaded a disturbing video where a stalker tried to attack her friend Michelle. Ivanita's YouTube channel has a few videos detailing encounters with stalkers. For those who don't know who she is, she's an American content creator, internet personality, model, and influencer. Born in Virginia to Mexican parents, Ivanita has amassed a massive online following on all major social media and video sharing platforms, including TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, and X. She started posting her modeling pictures on Instagram in 2017 and began making YouTube videos a year later. However, she gained serious popularity in 2018 when fans realized she was in a relationship with fellow creator Lucas Dobry. Ivanita has over 9 million followers on TikTok and over 7 million YouTube subscribers. One of her recent videos follows how her friend called her for help when faced with a stalker. Ivanita was driving on the road with her cameraman Christian when her phone rang. It was a longtime friend, Michelle, but this wasn't one of those calls they have every day for chit-chat or making plans for their next shopping trip. This was a call for help.
Wait, so what's happening?
I'm at the store right now, and the stalker is following me.
Are you serious? What? Wait,
Yeah,
are you
like the
sure?
last time-
Are you sure it was a
I'm
stalker?
pretty sure it's the same. Yeah.
Michelle was getting items from a store when she started feeling uneasy. She couldn't shake off the feeling of being watched and followed, but no one was there every time she looked back. And then, suddenly, she saw the person. A towering figure followed her as she searched for the items she needed in the store. As she turned right, so did the figure. When she turned left, the strange individual did the same thing. From one aisle to the other, this person kept following Michelle, keeping only a small distance between them. Then, reality set in. She was being followed by a stalker.
Like he's following you around? Is he like making you feel uncomfortable? Or is he like, what is he doing? Like staring at you a lot?
Yeah, just like every aisle that I keep going into, he's like ends up being in the same aisle. And I thought it was just like a coincidence at first, but then I just noticed it because I was alone in one of the aisles and it was just me and him, and I got freaked out. So I went to where there's more people because I'm scared. I don't want to be alone with him.
No, that's scary. What store are you at? Can you send me your location? I'm actually driving out right now. I can probably meet you where you're at, so you're not alone.
Yeah, I'll send you my location right now.
It became clear that she needed help immediately, so she called Ivanita, who told her to calm down as they raced to her location. You could almost feel the panic in her voice. She had to be careful or things could turn ugly. Ivanita advised her to hide inside the women's restroom until they arrived. They saw Michelle's white car immediately as they got to the parking lot. After making sure she wasn't inside the car, they proceeded inside to ensure her safety.
Maybe she was able to escape the stalker, right?
That's a black one. Oh, wait, where?
Do you see her inside? Is she inside? It looks like her car's locked.
Well, let's check. I don't think she's in the car.
Are you sure?
No.
Michelle!
She's not in there. She's still in the store then.
Okay, then let's go, hurry up. Let's go.
At that point, it became evident why Michelle couldn't get help nearby. Strangely, there was no security at the entrance or inside the store. Also, the place was huge, and there were not many people inside. It was almost too easy for anyone with a sinister plan to use the place. Realizing this, Ivanita and Christian picked up the pace. But this wasn't going to be straightforward. They still needed to locate Michelle in this huge store, while avoiding the stalker. But they were in for a surprise of their own. Someone was lying in wait for them. First, they searched around the store for Michelle. This went on for a while without any success. Then they decided to check the restroom since it was what Ivanita had suggested to her.
I don't know where the woman's bathroom is. But look
Isn't
around
that in
the
the back?
aisles. Yeah.
No, I'm trying to look around, but I don't see her anywhere.
Unless she hid behind these.
Well, let's check the bathroom. That's where you told her to go, right?
Yeah. Oh, the bathrooms are this way. I just saw the sign.
Just then, they saw a man who appeared to have taken a keen interest in them. He hid in between aisles, watching their movement around the store. It was the stalker. They realized they needed to act more urgently to get their friend out of the place, but she was still nowhere in sight.
Whoa, wait, Eva, come here. I swear I just saw him.
No, he's not. Did you?
Look. Wait, did you see him? No, I can't go in there, so you go.
Christian.
Go.
Ivanita attempted to call her, but it wouldn't connect. Michelle's car was still in the parking lot, so she was still somewhere in or around the store. They were left with only one option: try to search the entire store as soon as possible before something unsavory happens. So they got to work and continued calling. At one point, they started calling her name. It was a race against time.
She's not in there.
She's not?
No,
Where's
she's not.
she hiding?
I don't know. We told her to go away in the bathroom unless the stalker grabbed
Can
her.
you text her? Call her again? Try calling her. Ask her where she's at. She has to be hiding somewhere. Is she answering?
No, it's going straight to voicemail.
Alright, so then where is she?
Let me call again. Is she over here? She's not answering.
She's not?
No.
Still nothing?
No, I don't see her anywhere.
Just check your phone. Maybe she texted?
She's not texting me, nothing. I don't know where she could be at. She could be hiding anywhere.
They had to come up with different scenarios in their head to figure out where she could be, and then again, another figure emerged from one of the aisles.
Michelle!
Michelle?
Check this way, nothing.
No, I don't see her.
Alright, come on.
Unless she left. Michelle,
Michelle!
where could she be at?
Just keep going, come on.
Michelle? I don't know where she could be at.
This store is huge. How are we supposed to find her?
I don't know. Like maybe she already left. Like what if she's like in the store and then we're here looking for her? Like what if the stalker's after her outside in the parking lot? Like,
Check the other side.
They were frightened for a split second, but then they realized it wasn't the stalker this time. It's Michelle, coming out of hiding.
too big. Like maybe in the container boxes, but what do you
Would you actually hide inside something?
Yes, if I had to, if it was for my safety, like I would, of course, I would hide. I don't know. Maybe we should just go outside and check in the parking lot.
She's not in here. Not this way. Come here. Oh my god.
Michelle, are you okay?
I know, I was scared. Thank you so much for coming.
Oh my gosh.
A massive sigh of relief followed. They were happy to locate their friend, and Michelle was glad she was no longer alone with this creepy individual. She explained that she couldn't make it to the restroom because the stalker was following closely behind. She had to make a few more turns between aisles to lose the stalker's trail.
I think we saw him.
Yeah, I didn't know
We
where to
literally
hide.
just saw him, and I looked for you in the bathroom. I didn't see you.
Yeah, I was too scared because he was following me down that way, so I didn't want him like waiting for me there. So I just kept like walking around, and I just found somewhere to hide really quick.
Should we get out of the store?
Yeah, I'm happy you're
Come on, let's
so
go this way.
Let's go.
Let's get out of here.
He really is on you though. He's on you. Michelle. I saw him like.
I don't know what he wants from me.
Yeah, honestly, I don't know, but I've had situations like this happen to me with a stalker. Like, it's scary. Like, I'm sorry you had to go through that, but we just have to watch your back.
Now that they were united, it was time to leave this place. They made their way to the exit, but the stalker was still on them. This time, he maintained a longer distance, with his eyes fixated on the group. They almost made it out when they noticed he was still following them.
Safe though, but you should not. Michelle. Oh my gosh, he's gone.
It's him. Go.
That's him, right?
Yeah, that's him.
I saw him earlier. I told you, Christian, it was the
Yeah, it
stalker.
was him.
He's wearing the same thing as last time too. That's why I had a bad feeling. I had a feeling he was hitting that.
That's scary.
Go. Move. Let's leave.
Just don't look back anymore.
Take the right. Go right. Let me see if he's still there. He's still there. He's following us to the car.
Okay, so
They decided it was better to abandon Michelle's car and use Ivanito's, just in case he had put a tracker that allowed him to follow them. Inside the car, they could see the man approach them, and for a second, Ivanita froze, unsure what her next action should be. However, she was able to be herself again and start driving.
Oh my gosh.
is he still coming? Where'd he go?
He's right there.
Where'd he go?
He's right there. He's
Where?
behind the car. Look at him. You see him?
You have your seatbelt on, right, guys?
He's getting so close.
Look.
Wait, I don't know what to do.
No,
What do I
is
do?
he-
What do I do?
Yvonne, just drive off. What do you mean? What do you want to do?
go.
Yvonne, just drive.
I don't know. I froze.
Go. Come on. Yvonne, what are you doing? You can't be taking
I'm
wrong
sorry.
turns. He's gonna follow
I thought
us.
he was following us still.
No, just go. Go.
In the car, they looked out for the stalker and considered informing the police. With no evidence that the man had done anything, they knew there was not much for the police to work with. However, they learned a valuable lesson that day. Never travel that far again without a company.
What car he's in?
No, I have no idea. Last time I remember he just drove like a gray car or something, so...
Okay, so let's look out for a
Yeah.
gray car while we're driving.
I mean, it could be. There's so many great cars though. How
I
are we gonna
know.
know? Man, should we have told like the employees about this? Like,
Yeah, but what are they gonna say?
They're not
just
gonna
gonna tell you to
believe
go
us, yeah.
home, or
Yeah,
like,
I
oh,
think-
he's just shopping.
Yeah, exactly.
cause he didn't really like physically do anything to you, did he?
No.
Yeah, you see, so we would have been able to like argue with that.
You know what's crazy? When we looked for you in the bathroom, he was following us.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Did you see him again, like when you were going towards the bathroom?
I was just trying not to look back.
Thankfully, the group escaped without any issue. But the victim of stalking in the next case wasn't as lucky. Born on May 26, 1994, Molly McLaren was a caring and helpful 23-year-old who was full of life. When she wasn't sharing family time with her brother or parents, you could find her on one of the girl trips she made with close-knit friends. Molly loved music and dancing. She attended music festivals and visited local bars that played music. Molly had anxiety and an eating disorder from a young age. She also suffered panic attacks, which she hid from her family for a while. After she informed her family and put in work, she overcame the struggles and lived a better life. She also started exercising and was inspired to help others with the same conditions. She started posting on a blog and sharing her journey on social media. As more people showed interest in her posts, she realized that many more people needed help and decided to be a fitness trainer. She applied to study exercise science at Kent University and was accepted. She attended classes from her parents' home to save money. Molly had not had any long-term relationships. Everything else was going well for her, except that. So she created a Tinder profile to solve this challenge. By July 2016, she met Joshua Stimpson, a 24-year-old who lived in Woodham. Joshua lived with only his dad and was frequently in health institutions because of mental health issues like bipolar disorder and abandonment issues. Molly connected with Joshua easily because they had some things in common. Joshua also loved to exercise and had not maintained a serious relationship for a long time too. They talked online for many months, and everything seemed perfect. They met later that year and made things official. However, Joshua turned out to be a different person after that. He became possessive, trying to prevent Molly from being with other people. He started convincing her to stop hanging out with friends and instead focus on him alone. Joshua quit his job with the excuse that he needed more time with Molly. Molly struggled to live her life and do everything she needed to, so her anxiety and eating disorder started creeping back. Molly's parents noticed the disturbing patterns and mentioned their concerns to her, but Joshua's behavior only got worse. He'd randomly show up at places where Molly was having her personal time or having fun with friends, and he did so even though Molly didn't tell him where she was going. Molly had had enough and decided to end the relationship. Joshua didn't want it to end. He texted and called her constantly, expressing different views of what happened. Sometimes he blamed Molly, and other times he apologized and took responsibility. When these don't work, he starts to express how much he loves Molly, who starts thinking of giving him another chance. However, as soon as they were back together, Joshua resumed his possessive and controlling behavior. When Molly invited him to her aunt's birthday, more family members noticed how weird Joshua was. Not only did he cling to Molly the whole time, but he got angry whenever she left his side or danced with cousins. At the hotel, an argument ensued, and Molly had to call her mom for help. Even though Molly's mom could hear Joshua screaming before she arrived, he claimed it was all Molly's fault. Again, the family warned Molly, but she wanted to give him another chance. She planned a vacation to Spain, but he just hovered over her, denying her any space to herself. Molly ended the relationship after the trip. Then she blocked him everywhere. Joshua was determined to get back to her. He posted on social media that Molly used cocaine. He posted secret recordings of Molly that he took during their arguments. Molly decided to involve the police, but this did not improve the situation. On June 28, 2017, Molly posted on Instagram that she was going to a bar with friends. Somehow, Joshua saw the post and decided to show up at the venue. He appeared with a girl and kept trying to get Molly's attention. Joshua stalked until she got home. Molly went to the gym the next day, went to an empty room, and started exercising. Joshua appeared moments later. The CCTV footage captured him peeping through the door before going inside. Molly started texting her friends and family to inform them. She confronted Joshua, but couldn't get any meaningful response. He left after a while, but Molly was no longer comfortable. She decided to leave the gym, unaware that her former boyfriend was lurking around, waiting for her. As she got to the parking lot and opened her car, Joshua jumped out from hiding, stopped her from locking the door, and started attacking her with a knife. A passerby saw what was happening and tried to get him off. He yelled, pulled, and hit his legs with the car door. Nothing worked. When the police arrived, they found Joshua waiting after he had taken Molly's life in the most brutal fashion. The deranged former boyfriend's stalking had ended tragically. On February 6, 2018, Joshua was sentenced to life imprisonment with a minimum term of 26 years. Michelle escaped without being hurt. Sophia Putney Wilcox is alive to tell her story. But others like Libby, Christina, Hannah, and Molly weren't as lucky. Stalking can be hard to prove, and is therefore one of the most disturbing crimes ever. If you feel like someone is following or watching you, get immediate help from loved ones and the authorities. Hopefully, this video has raised awareness about stalking and its dangers. Hit the like button if that's the case. Remember, we have more awesome videos like this one. Subscribe to the channel, take a pic, or start with the videos on your screen in about 3 seconds. I'll see you there. I'm out.